we can all get a hit. Lovely. Welcome to Queen's Conclave. So we have the very fabulous Adela, who edited my, oh God almighty, it's a great one.
I'm sitting in the bed and I try to, because I'm on iPad.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how is the image, or shall I?
That's good. It's better than we had it before. It's better than before. And of course, the lovely Tereza is making an appearance, as per usual. Anyway, Adela and I were talking the other day about how we have a dimension of self, dreaming in common, where we both know each other in that dreaming. And I was saying to her, I think that's part of the Gaia construct. And as this Gaia construct's dissolving, so is this dimension of self, or it's dreaming. And what I'm feeling is that part of me completely contained and whole inside me, in the sense of I have all the gifts, talents, experience, wisdom, but I'm not connecting with where it came from. Like, that construct's gone. So just opening that up in the sense of feeling the actual changes. Because, you know, it's one thing to feel it inside, who's upright, but it's like, where are the changes? Where are the changes? Because otherwise it's delusional, right? Yeah. All right, Tereza. Oh, my God, so early. Tereza, you want to speak, sweetie?
Yeah, well, number one, this was going to be my topic. Yeah, so it's funny that you bring it up, because I was going to be like, changes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, in sync. It's good. No, it's I don't even know where to start, really. Sometimes I look back even to this dimension of self and not even recognize certain things that have happened, let alone old stuff. Like, not old stuff, but I don't know, things that I thought were real when I was in my rides, or things I thought were real.
Like Iron Man and stuff like that.
Yeah. Knowing, I guess it's more, the more that I embody and the more that becomes my reality, everything that's not that falls away, ultimately, really. But I've noticed that in terms of like noticing the difference, I've started to see shit. Like, I mean,
the look on your face is so like, I've started to see shit.
Well, it's not quite people walking through walls and shit, but it's like,
I can see shit every day, no problem.
Welcome to the real world. No, yeah, right.
Yeah,
so,
no.
Tell me what you're saying.
Okay.
Tell me what you're saying.
Okay, colours. Like, this whole thing about colours has been really interesting. I know that, Adela, like, you know, your thing about the fractal light thing. But anyway, sorry, I'm nervous, so I'm talking badly.
Don't be nervous, darling. It's only us.
I know, still. Normally I'm just used to you and me, Vicky, and now it's everyone.
Shall I?
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so the shit that I'm seeing. Okay, so it started off, I could just feel things in session. Or in my rides, I would just see blotches of colour that would just come. And it's happened twice already, where I'd be doing whatever. Normally I'd be with a client, I'd be chatting, and suddenly I would actually see a splodge of colour, like it was literally in front of me, like a being. And it's happened on 2 different occasions where I'd actually have to look at it, because I actually thought that there was something there. And it felt like a presence. I don't know if it was a being or something, but it just felt so real. Like, I remember when I was 14 and I began to see colours around people, and that used to freak me out, but it wasn't like that. So I don't think it's like that same aura substance. It had far more substance to it. Like, there was something, I don't know.
So do you think it was like a consciousness, or that you were connecting with frequencies from the organic no timeline, because my experience is every fucking thing on the organic no timeline's got life force, sentience, so everything's got frequency, colour, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a boo-boo. You know, it doesn't, driving it doesn't feel like something evil.
No, it actually, my first thought when I saw them twice was, I think I'm seeing the organic, because it feels like, oh God, it's going to sound so new agey, but it sounds like I'm breaking through dimensions. But it's like, that's what it feels like. I'm seeing into the organic or something. Something's happening. Something's converging.
But it happened to me one time, that I was just sitting in the bathroom, and you know, when you are not really focused on the real world, I went into myself and I connected with my essence, and I perceived the light in a different way. And when I focused back, you know, like you go inside and you go back outside, the light around me changed. It was much more light. So I could see the light around me, or the world around me, with much more light.
But I want to say
it is.
Can you talk now, Adela? Because I think this would be a perfect time to, because we missed it on the last one, the refracting light, how the organic light. So I'll give that over to you, because it's your gig and you explain it better. Prisms.
That it was a kind of revelation, because this with the light is among the misconception or disturbed, how to say, concepts. Yes, because we say fake light, or how do we call it? False light. And it's like, they created, the inorganics created light. It's like a fake copy of the real light, but they cannot create, and especially they cannot create light. And I was thinking, it was like, this is it. When they tilted Mu, in fact, they put their dominion over the light, and they stole the light, and they embedded it with false codes, and they push it back to us, and we receive light, but it's with the false codes.
So what I was leading to, or what I was remembering from our other chat, was that idea of the organic light entering the prism, or being forced through a prism, and then being refracted into all these different separations. Do you want to talk about how you got that one?
Yes, and it's not only that, but always if it's physics, if the light reflects on water or enters water, it changes the angle. And it's not only split it in more colors like the rainbow, but it's also changing the angle. Exactly. Anyway, if you put a piece of glass and you have a beam of light, it goes on the other side, split it in more colors, and also in another angle. This is physics, and what I saw, it's exactly what they did. They split it the light in many colors on many bands, and if all we know that each color has an ascended master, an archangel, responsible for this realm, for making us connect with this frequency. They actually they put their dominion on each band on each color frequency, and they have an ascended master and an archangel, and a full team of angels and whatever. They are responsible for this frequency. And it was, I know there are a lot of books written on this subject, and you know.
It's like, what ray are you, and all that fuckery.
I have so many of those.
What have you got? You've got a lot of those books.
I've got so many of those books.
There are a lot of many.
Seriously, yeah.
And I had another.
Oh, sorry, yeah, go.
because related to this subject, I had an experience with an inorganic person who was really connected with me and taking energy from me, and I saw exactly like an interface. It has like no shape, no nothing. It was just an interface. This person was harvesting the energy from me through that connection, and I saw this energy passing through that person and splitting exactly in many frequency and many beams. This energy. Exactly. And it's because light is frequency, and energy is like light, frequency, and so on, codes, and our DNA and everything. And this because many inorganics, they were feeding through this energy, so they were like a group of inorganics harvesting their portion of my energy, and it was exactly this image, like the light, a beam of light goes through a piece of glass and splitting in many other,
like the Pink Floyd cover, Dark Side of the Moon.
I don't know it, yeah, but my image was like with the shower. It's very if you know, the water comes through the pipe, and when you have the head of the shower, and it was exactly this image, and it's exactly how they harvest and or they corrupt the light. So again, there is no false light, because they cannot create light. It's organic light and corrupted light. And I think it's not to give them the power to say that they created light. They didn't create anything. They didn't create us. They only fucked up everything what they could, but they didn't create anything.
I think that's a really interesting point, to say that they didn't create anything. All they did was bastardize.
Exactly. This is their masterpiece. Or their, yes. But they are not able to create. Even if they want to say this, they cannot. They are inorganic. And they stole, and they say they are angels, they are gods. They are not. They are just fuckers. That's all.
Anyway, so that's interesting about that whole refracting thing, because it has to refract then through a geometry, an angle. So this is how then they're harnessing these different parts of ourselves, you know? And the other thing I felt too, as like Moo's uprighting and going through things, is I can feel her, that yellow is going, that frequency of yellow is moving. Oh, I can't feel it the same way. So thank God for that.
It's also like how do you pronounce correctly? Compartmentalizing of the lights, because when I connect with the organic colors, they are not, how to say, it's not blue, it's not green, it's not green anyway, lila, violet, they are all in one. The colors are alive, they have consciousness. This is my experience with the organic realm. They are intermingling, they are alive. I cannot see this is exactly red, this is exactly blue, and here you perceive each color different, right? And you get yellow from mixing blue with green, you get another color. But there, nothing is with borders, nothing is exactly, you know what I mean. You understand what, it's, everything is alive and it's one.
It's like the colours are in symbiosis. The whole thing is the 2D construct. You know what I mean? The colours are flat. Where's the life force?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The only time you see life force in colour is when it's organically mixed paints. You know, like when they've taken like stuff from the ground, mixed it.
I feel the colors and everything here, the matrix construct like a sketch of a child comparing with the masterpiece of Michelangelo or Da Vinci or something like that. It's so a primitive and a poor imitation of the organic no timeline, that it's really like you give a child, a 2 years old child, to make a painting, or it's not possible. It's really primitive.
But it's even like, I've noticed that the colours around here, in comparison to my experience of the organic colours, there's a harshness to it. It's like they've like mixed metal with it or something. I mean, the weird, the colours that I've seen recently, even they were like there was a consciousness to it. There was real substance, but even it was softer. It was full of light. And even in comparison to the auric colours that I used to see, they were like block colours. They were very definitive. They were, I don't know, they just had a harshness to it. The organic, they all like, I don't know, not really necessarily bleed into each other, but they just seem...
They have consciousness and they're alive. This is my feeling. They are alive. They're like persons. They have consciousness. They're not just fragrances.
So we're talking about the colours each having its own sense of consciousness. Well, let's have a look at the colours then, housing elemental realms. And so by that, what I'm saying is, when I'm on the organic no timeline, I can feel, say, you know, a fire element or whatever, but in these different colour bands. See, what I see here in our two-dimensional flat earth, whatever the fuck, it's like fire is red. You know, and no, there's many degrees of fire and there's many masteries of fire. And that was interesting for me, because I think then in that they've compartmentalised our innate connection to Mu. And you could be feeding several realities. A nice little fucking red one going off to Mars here. Well, that was a bit convenient, wasn't it? A nice little blue one going off to Neptune, maybe? I don't know. But do you know what I mean? Just all a little bit. Indeed.
That's so true.
Thinking.
Yeah. That's another thing. When I was trying to figure out what these things were, I actually had a thought that because I had that consciousness with it, that it could be, am I seeing elementals? Like, because it's kind of had that same feeling to it. So yeah, so my mind is like slowly blowing up as I'm like continually feeling into it. So
that suits me, darling. You look like you're glowing from the inside. It's fabulous.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, we were looking at the elementals. So that's the other thing, right? As these things are packing up, these constructs are packing up, and really it's stripping back to the organic. What I'm finding is those parts of myself that have been dreaming there, as they come into alignment or back into essence, it's like the gifts and knowledge, bang. And on the way of that construct dissolving, they get a lot of info. And then I'll just go back then to that organic, the whole light thing. So is it like, for me, I feel the colours inside. It's the most amazing experience, because as the colour, I feel it, all that info comes. You know, so before everyone was looking at information via geometries. Maybe the new way, or the transition, or the way that we're used to, is through frequency of colour, sound.
Well, it has, for me, that would make so much more sense, because there's more flow to it. Like, colours can bleed into each other. There's no definitive end or beginning, which again is organic.
Yeah. But I think colours can be co-opted too. I think colours can be co-opted too.
Oh, they have been. I mean,
that's what I mean. So it's like, it might be easier for us through colours, etc. Or that might be, but they know that. So do you know what I mean? I think you have to connect with the colour inside, not just blue. And like, look at what gold really is, because it doesn't look like gold.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Miss Adela?
I think it will be through all senses. I think all our senses, they have been corrupted in the end. Or knowing, connecting through knowing, or not only through senses, because it's really hard to understand the organic light or to make a comparison between organic light and this fucking matrix. It's so huge difference. So big. I had an experience with matrix. One time in riding, I perceived matrix like a 2-dimension construct. When you look television, when you watch television, you see a screen, and this screen gives you the illusion or the sensation that it's you see space, you see death. It's a 3D construct, but it's actually a 2-dimensional construct. Comparing with the organic no timeline, which was a sensation. Now I try to express it through words, but matrix is a 2-dimensional construct for me. And organic, yeah, it's like I walk on the organic earth, but I see the matrix because we got this corrupted information. And this is the idea. We don't go anywhere. We just clean out the matrix codes and we will see the organic earth.
I know that whole escape thing, it's not good. The escape, like, I get why they want to escape. It's not their, they don't have the same connection that we have. I get that. They're looking for their home. Fine, fabulous. But indeed. But all the times that I've sort of talked about exiting the matrix, it's really getting out of that shit and back to where we are. And this is where we are. Organic, no timeline or bust. You know, it's like, go, leave. And I can feel that rescinding. And I think really in that feeling, I understand why people see, sense and feel the two earths, you know, because there's that earth that's emerging that I feel, I have to use the word earth, you know, this thing that we're connecting with, that not just us, there's fucking heaps of people connecting with this shit, all using similar words or words that describe something that is definitely not a head connection for them. Yeah. You know, so we're not the only ones. I mean, thank God, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise.
So do you think that made...
I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, sorry.
So this two earth things, just so that I understand, so one earth would, well, for me, the way that I understood what you said, one earth would be the organic no timeline, and the second one was basically the matrix.
Exactly,
Gaia.
This is what I think.
But they were together. It was all superimposed. It was all one. Now with this separation, like for me, it feels like a separation. Really what's happening is Moo's just going non-creational. But it's like, you know, people, when I say people, beings know this. So they're doing what they can to get some semblance of life force, to be able to have an extension of life. See, we die, we've still got life force, we've still got life. These beings are fighting for life. So, you know what I mean? They're trying everything. And it's fine, go. I just keep doing that. Yeah. It's like a dance move. Sorry. And, you know, it's like that's what I can feel in that sense why people are talking about two earths, because there's such a distinct separation for me between that 2D is really showing up as a 2D. It's like I can almost see the moving parts, so to speak. You know, and so I think in that case, yeah, it does feel like there's two earths. But yeah. I'm raving. So we're talking about the two earths, T-Bird.
Yeah, that's right. When you're talking about the 2D matrix, the version of it being 2D, when I feel the matrix collapsing, I see it like a VHS tape, how it kind of does that wobble when it's like a really bad tape. That's what it looks like to me, but I literally feel it in my system, and it can happen at any time, whether I'm writing, whether I'm in session, whether I'm just sort of doing the dishes or whatever. There's this moment where I actually see the whole, my whole reality just wobble, like it's glitching or having a bit of a spaz attack. Mm-hmm. And so, but it looks like a computer screen. It looks like, I can feel the fakeness of it all. So I completely agree. And I'm thinking that maybe, I know that John Lamb Lash, he referred to this sound of the sound of this metallic sound of this retching of these two realities, like that. What do they call, like a amoeba breaking apart in half? Mitosis.
But I think he was talking about the expansion of Earth, and he tried to compare with something that, in order for us to understand the process, he says that the Earth is expanding, and this is a little bit similar to what Vicky says about the expansion of the galaxy and the Earth, because when with the consciousness invasion and the installing of the matrix, the Earth was shrinking, becoming smaller. We did also, everything became smaller on Earth, and now it's like expanding. And I think this is what John Lamb Lash tried to say, that she is expanding. And this sounds comes from this expansion. Not that Earth becomes two, you know. This is a poetical comparison. This is what I think he tried to illiterate. He's a writer, a philologue, so he talks in this kind of terms. But I don't think he was talking about two Earths. I don't think he has this concept. He's trying to say that Earth is growing. And
I mean, back to the siren's call though, and I mean, I've heard it, you've heard it. Definitely Moo's waking up her organics. Definitely there's that, I'm here. You know, just this, because I'm telling you, so many organics I know are just jumping on, they're getting it. They're using sometimes different terminology, but when they feel it, you know it, they know it, we're all talking about the same thing. And it really is, it's like I can feel the ground swelling with moo stuff. You know, just, I can feel her decommissioning all those metals inside. I mean, iron core, you all know how I feel about that. So it's like I can feel those things happening. That sound, it's waking people up. So I understand his metal sound. For me, it didn't sound like that. it was more a call of the inside of me that was just like, beacon turned on, beacon turned on. You know, more so than like, hello Nikki, it's Mo here. Can I do it? Talk to
I was thinking, like, that whole that metallic ripping sound that he was mentioning, right? Maybe that's Moo fucking up that iron core, kind of going exploding it or something like that. I don't know. I haven't fucking heard it, but I'm not going to deny anyone else's experience with it. But I don't know. To me, it's just.
I think they corrupted all our senses, visual, auditive, all our senses have been corrupted. And now it's like we clean out all these fake codes, what they did with the pineal gland, we know very well. And all these senses we don't perceive only through colors, through eyes, through all these senses. I think they compartmentalized, it's a hard word, everything what they could, including senses, colors, absolutely everything.
No, I can't even fucking type. Yes to Lindsay, yes to Maury. There you go. I involved myself in the chat. That's fucking hard. I feel like I've got two eyes. What did you say, sweetie?
A lot of things, I don't know. think men. Okay.
I know, right? I can't sort of, it's like, oh, there we go. I think JLL meant she was shedding the dead skin. That's right, the inorganics. Yeah. Oh, look, I dig Mr. Lamlash. I think he makes me laugh. He's somebody that I'd see in a pub and I'd sit down and have a really good fucking chat with, you know, and we'd agree to disagree on several things, and then, you know, he'd be very misogynist in the end, and that would be fabulous because I'd be expecting it.
You tap you on the arse.
Dig the guy. I think he's a brilliant. Well, we were talking a bit more about JLL, and I mean, really, when he talks about A10, A11, he talks about it in terms of a DNA template that has evolution. When I talk about A10 and A11, I do talk about the DNA template, but I talk more about consciousness and lineage being the differentiation. You know?
I think he has missing this link with the consciousness invasion and matrix, because he doesn't take into consideration this. And this with A10 and A11, it's a little bit of speculation for him, because he doesn't really, he gets all his information from this Nag Hammadi text, and translating and interpreting it, and I think he doesn't really know about the consciousness invasion, because I think the Gnostics were already beings, invaded beings. They were not the organic people who wrote those texts.
Well, I think they're from the Sophia construct, because I think there's a separate construct. That's not, Gaia and Sophia are different for me when I attune to them, as is Mother Earth.
Yes.
So, you know, I think it could have been learnings from another timeline, or it could have been people remembering dimensions of self, bringing it into another timeline, or bringing it into our timeline from this Gaia, Sophia construct. I don't know, you know, it just, the mind boggles.
But it's interesting. I heard him once saying that he has a secret name of Earth, Mother Earth, Sophia. She has a secret name. She had told him. He doesn't say which name, but he says Sophia has a secret name she has told him, and through this name he connects with her. And then I was thinking, could be Mu, or could be, but he doesn't say exactly.
Well, it's a secret name, he doesn't want to tell anyone, right?
Exactly.
Well, that's so interesting, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Did he at all give a reason as to why she wants to keep it secret? Like, is there a reason why he doesn't want to reveal that, or why she decided to do it that way?
He doesn't say this, but take into consideration that he makes always a parallel with the Buddhist religion, not religion, but let's say religion. It's their concepts, and he always makes a parallel between the Gnostic text and the Buddhist. How do they say to this? And I think he's a little bit into the secrecy of the mystery schools, or he thinks that everything has to be transmitted through secrets. Exactly. I think we have to understand his way of thinking. Exactly. He filters through his mental knowledge and what he learned during his life. So we have to see through this personal interpretation to see the what is congruent with our point of view.
Well, you'd be funny if he came out with, the secret name is Mo.
Yes, he has a secret name, because when he connects with the Mother Earth, Sophia, she told him a secret name, like a mantra. He doesn't call it mantra, but I think this is the similarity. And also a mantra is transmitted through initiation. So I think it's this kind of story. ideology, or this is the...
You can't mix matrix and organic. You can't, you've got to, I mean, I know that I've come out with certain terms to describe things, right? Because I am really trying to describe the feeling. And unfortunately, it's called the English language, which has also been co-opted in many no-age bullshit circles, whatever. But it's like, I find that a lot of people bring in matrix concepts of limitation, and this is, you know, all we can do, trying to describe or trying to land or whatever this organic experience. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to throw all your terms away. You've got to throw all that shit away and really feel it. And then, God, my boobs are hanging out. Thank God I have a picture. So
he has his school.
Oh, okay,
Right.
back. All right, yes.
That's what's good.
I
He has a group. I just want a short. He has he's a kind of training. He's training people, and he mentions, I am the only one who is teaching this kind of connection. He calls it Tantra, Earth Tantra, something like that, right? And probably he keeps the...
Yeah, planetary tantra.
Yes, planetary tantra. And he mentions, I'm the only one who's teaching this, at least as long as he knows, or it's no so public figure like him. And he's teaching this planetary tantra, this connection, earth connection. And I think he wants to keep this name secret so he can transmit to the people. Probably he keeps in a inner circle, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like we do, in the videos, I give a lot away about what we do, right? Because not everybody can afford to do training, and I don't want to withhold because of money and all that shit, right? It's like we give pretty much everything in the videos, so you've got a chance to get it yourself. You know what I mean?
He emphasized too much, or he wants to keep it still like in a mystery school where you transmit and you initiate and la la la. And
I get it.
Yes, I think this is behind my opinion. This is behind all this secrecy. But
well, I respect that, because you know, pearls before swine, and also, you know, you're trying to let them match a vibration. If they can't get that frequency, don't bring him into the school. So I get what he's doing. You know, I respect that.
Yeah.
Maybe he can do planetary tantra on that side of the world, and we'll do it down here, and we'll lift off. Who knows? But yeah, I love it. I love the idea of planetary tantra. But yeah, hopefully he's connecting out of the construct. But I didn't know anything about the special name. That's interesting. Go on, Tereza, for fuck's sake, Steg.
If I find I think I can find this smaller recording, and I will send you the link, right?
Cool. That's great. I mean, when I say that's great, it's really interesting, because for me, it takes him out of the scholarly realms. You know what I mean? Like at the moment, my understanding is of a man who knows how to deconstruct text, interpret text, you know, and he's really good because he feels into the word rather than just, you know, what he's been told. So to be doing the planetary tantra is the first well, not the first, I knew he did the planetary tantra from the video. But I mean, you know, that takes him out of that realm into more experienced wisdom. So, you know, woohoo. Tereza, please speak.
Yeah, no, I'm sort of taking it all in. I'm really, I don't know, my discernment is like on high alert whenever I'm going to experience things. And so the things can feel really real, like imprints, or as opposed to something that comes from essence. Like even I'm still learning to really discern that. And I'm just wondering, you know, if John Lamb Lash, not that like, you know, Adele, you know far more about it than I do, clearly. But when
you've seen the...
Yeah.
Well, what did you say? I didn't hear.
I said that, hang on, I'll stop. I said that Tereza has seen the videos. You read the book.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like she's got like all his knowledge bank in there, whereas we've only seen videos, which is really a snippet of his knowledge bank.
Yeah. But when he's connecting, I'm just wondering, is that like from within? Is that like is he connecting to more organic experiences, or is he connecting to an imprint or something from the construct? That's why I'm sort of, I mean, I'm open to hearing it, but it just, my guard is up whenever.
Well, we've all drunk someone's Kool-Aid and been fooled. So it's like, it's fine to be discerning. So, you know, just, I get it. I think
he talks there, and I remember that he takes this concept from the Gnostics, that the initiated, they had to, it took a long time for them to get initiated in this and to perceive the organic light. He calls it organic light, and not only to connect with it, but to be able to hold it and to be able to, to be like to receive this organic light and to be able to hold it. And the people, when they come to connect with you or to stay around you, they can perceive this, because organic light is full of information. So this initiated people, yes, and this is how real the Gnostics, which they were part of the mystery schools, they were trained along years to be able to connect with this organic light, and not only to hold this light in their physical body, so they can radiate and to be like receptacle, like a
conduit.
Yes, and to transmit further to the people this information. Because if you embody this organic light and you are able to hold it, then you are able to also because you are human, you are able to transmit further to people who are not able to do this. He talks about that. And I think this Tantra Mystery School, what he does is to initiate people or to train people how to connect with this organic light. He talks about it like not something like white, milky, very dense light. I don't know what he does there, but I know he talks about this.
I like it though. I like all the things he's saying. It sounds like what we do. And when I say it like that, you know, it sounds like what we do. I mean, I'm surfing. I'm loving it, because everyone's going to have their own language and their own flavour. And what it will be is, like he's saying, I'm digging your vibe. It's like you hold it or you don't. So it's like all you have to do is connect with someone like that and just vibe them. Oh yeah, we're doing the same thing. We've just got different words.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes. They have to see it. They have to embody this organic light, and it's not easy to do it, because you have to be prepared in order to embody this organic light. And I think above this concept,
right?
Yeah.
That the whole thing at the moment is to leave or to stay. Hang on. Right? The whole thing at the moment is to leave or to stay. People want to embody and be here 100%.
Exactly.
They want to leave. It's like a real decision.
Yes. He says also, you have to connect. If you don't connect with her consciousness, let's not block in Sophia Mu and other words, concepts. If you don't connect with this consciousness, planetary consciousness, goodbye, you cannot do this. This is exactly what he says. You have to be connected with her consciousness.
Oh, cool. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Mandy, I've seen you here again. Are you working yet? I mean...
I can hear you.
Okay. I mean, do you want to go through how to get into Essence?
Yes, please.
Okay, but I need to see you.
Okay. I look a hot mess, just FYI.
Oh, please. Just because we've dressed up for Queen's Conclave doesn't mean you have to. Oh, give me a hot mess any day, darling. A hot organic mess over anything. I love it. Right. So what made you doubt that you connected with your essence?
It's not so much that I doubted it. I don't know like what to compare it to of what it feels like. It was, I have never felt that way before, ever in my entire life. And it was just like a pressure that started in my chest and then just radiated, like it was a freaking wave, like literally a wave of love and peace and tranquility that I've never felt before. And I've been meditating for a couple of years, and it was just like, damn.
I can see, as you're speaking of it, you're just lighting up. You know? Like you sort of started like, well, I'm not sure, and then you're trying to connect to the feeling you had to describe
Exactly.
it. And you're embodied.
I feel it too. I feel it comes from her a lot of.
Yeah. Absolutely. So feel like when you're there, feel. Yeah, more time in there, and then you'll get to know it really well and really easily. And then that same thing, ask to find the essence of Mu. So then you're connecting with her on all those levels and pull that up into that part you were feeling. Because it's not really a part in the body, it's part of your consciousness.
Right, exactly. Okay,
yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. Tereza. Awesome.
Right.
Look at you, you're glowing.
Yeah.
It brought tears to my eyes. I mean, it was an experience I'll never forget. It was awesome. And
You don't have to forget it, gosh. You can have it every second of the day. Don't stop.
So every time I meditate now, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get right back to that, to where, you know, that is.
So are you having trouble getting back to it?
This is just a recent experience. This just happened a couple of days ago. So, you know, I haven't really had a chance to, I've only meditated for like 5 or 10 minutes, but I usually like to meditate for like 30 minutes. And when I was meditating for like 30 minutes, that's when it happened. So I haven't really had time to go in and do it again, but I'm most definitely on that track. I'm most definitely going to go and do that, because
Don't try to replicate it. Don't try to feel it the same, because maybe this can block you. Maybe you'll feel something different.
Oh, I like that one, Adela. Very good.
Okay.
Because if you think it has to be the same, or if it's different, it's not that one. Yes, just connect with her consciousness, and it can manifest in a totally different way. And because each time it's different, and she will show you different things. Don't be stuck on that experience.
You know, it's like you're trying. Oh, I remember what it was like. I'll try and match it. So
right,
feel
exactly.
That was just the beginning. So
yeah.
Well, hell yeah! I can't wait to see what else is in store. It's amazing.
Isn't it great? It's like the magic returns.
Exactly. It's like it's like I'm a child again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning something new. And it's just like, oh, what can happen next? Yay! You know, it's really cool.
And you're learning it from you. All we do is give you a tech to drive the fucking car. You guys find your own dogma. It just all happens to be the same as us. So, you know, it's Adela's experience of Mu is her experience of Mu. It's not mine, but we both coincide. Tereza's experience is her experience. It's not mine, but, you know, we all know we're having the same experience because we're all authentic. It hits that note where something happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know.
It's unexplainable.
Yeah, but that's the point. It can't have words. Words are co-ops. Spells. Okay. Why we all know we're sitting here listening to you, but I haven't really heard what you're saying. I've watched you go, I mean, you know?
It's proof is in the radiance.
Proof is, sticker. Proof is
Like
in the
that.
radiance. They're still not eating her. No, it's good. Really good. Really good. Awesome.
When we talk and we share these experiences, we realize that we have similar experiences. You know, we don't talk and okay, let's do this, and we have this experience. We have it, we come together and we share, and we realize that it's the same. So in this way, you also have the confidence that we are on the right track, you know. Many times.
Great work, Paul. Fabulous. Yes. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, it's all, I find that so much of the understanding, like you say, Vicky, comes through the transmission. It doesn't come through the intellect at all. And I think that's the beauty of the work, really. That's the proof of it all. I don't know.
That's why inorganics don't get it. That's why we can't, when I say we can't work with inorganics, I don't care about anyone can work with anyone. What I mean is, when I've seen this tech work, it's always with an organic. It never works. Oh, fucker. Sorry. Tech always works with an organic. It never works with inorganics. They find it difficult. It's frustrating and they can't make the connection. And I get it. I understand. That's why it's like I don't really take them through, because if I think they can't make it, why would I do that to them? How cruel. You know, I'd rather give them another experience which I know they can make a connection with.
The Merkaba, for example.
Fucking out the macabre. Macabre. What a hell belt that is.